Hey everybody, I'm Arglefumph, playing Great Ace Attorney Adventures. We have another testimony from these two crooks. Hold it! And this one's totally different, so I'm gonna try to forget everything they've said up till now. Because now they're saying the victim showed up when they were robbing the place. He opened the back door at the storeroom and surprised them while they were robbing it. That is very interesting. So Gina was already inside, yeah. It's kind of weird that if Gina forced him at gunpoint to let her into the room, like... she was like, okay, just go out there and get rid of them, and then come back in? Maybe that's what she said? I don't know. They weren't exactly looking at her or looking into the storeroom, because, well, the victim ran out angrily and yelled at them. So where was he when he shouted that? Was he in the main room? He was in the main room and shouting at you. Is that the truth? And he had a gun of his own. So after that happened, yeah, he was very strong, threw the little guy over the counter. Yeah, you mentioned that counter in your previous testimony. So that's when everything got knocked off of the countertop. Yeah. They know the things on the countertop got moved. So they were removed when this guy was thrown over the counter. And the pawnbroker raised the alarm with the secret cable. When did he press that button? I do wonder when he pressed that button. Okay, so Nash pulled his gun on the victim. Hold it! So, presumably after his brother was thrown over the countertop, Nash pulled his gun on the victim. Although the victim had yelled, "Give me that gun," right? At him. But now he's saying, okay, after shouting, "Give me that gun," and throwing his brother over the countertop, the victim went, "Oh no, he's got a gun, ooh, I'm scared," and then ran away. I don't think this makes sense. Why would he charge at an armed person and then immediately run away? Yeah, Gina, I mean, especially if Gina was hiding inside there with a gun. But then, he left the storeroom with the gun, so like, this doesn't make sense. It's like, he left the storeroom with the gun, he went back into the storeroom with the gun, and then the gun somehow ended up in Gina's hands and she shot him. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Hold it! Okay, we'll press this final statement. Yeah, he shot himself in the back room. It's locked from the inside. We know because we tried to open it. Instead of leaving immediately, wow. So we're back to the locked room murder mystery is what Van Zieks is trying to say. Is there anybody else besides Gina who could have shot Mr. Winterbane? I can't think of anyone else. Not unless there's somebody else in that room. Thanks, Iris. Iris is trying to tell me I should have picked the other option. You don't have that many, expressions here. The animators were kind of lazy with you, Ryunosuke. You've got your sweating, smug, happy, and then scared. And besides, I'm just here for moral support. Yeah, he's got the thinking expression. That's another expression. Ryunosuke can think. Come so far, now's the time to finish them off. Alrighty, so let's think about this for a second. Okay, so they got inside the store when the victim showed up. The victim yelled, "Give me the gun," and he attacked them. He was very strong, threw him over the floor, over the counter. But when Nash pulled out the gun, he ran back into the back room. Do we have any evidence to disprove that? No evidence to show that. Got that red thing. I mean, why is there red stuff on the handle? Is that blood? I sure hope that's not blood. Well, I don't see anything which directly contradicts the idea that he ran into the back room. So let's go back to this final statement. We're gonna press it, and this time... we're gonna say somebody else could have been inside the storeroom. Okay, this trial is changing. We believe the defendant's not the only person who could have shot. You have my attention. Let's return to the plan of the premises. Victim killed in the storeroom, locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So who could have shot him? Okay, I've got two conundrums. Oh, man. What location did the culprit shoot the victim? And where was the victim? I do have an alternative, but I'm not sure I can prove it. I think somebody could have shot the gun through the door, through the flap in the door. That's what I think. The victim must have been around here because that's where the victim was.
Take that!
Found. You know, that's where the victim was found. I hope I got both answers correct. I think that's where we're going with this. Yeah, it's pretty obvious we can conclude he was shot while he was inside the storeroom. Yeah. Their testimony kind of indicates this. It makes no sense for him to run into the storeroom if a murderer was waiting for him. And by the way, this means we've got a long period of time where the door was open. Ooh, wow, I'm gonna accuse them of shooting the guy in the back? Well, I was gonna say they shot him through the hole in the door, but, that's not... That's not... Okay. Okay. Ah, but the bullet came from below, though. Somebody shorter than him. That hole in the door... A hole in the door which hasn't been pointed out yet. It's this one right here. It's pretty high up. Pretty high up. Oh, what? Reclaiming the direction makes no sense? Okay, the victim was shot as he fled into the room. The culprit then locked the door to frame Gina. Well, I guess it must have been Gina, because she was the only other person inside the storeroom. So, is Gina here?
Take that!
It seems to me that maybe we should have asked Gina about this before bringing it up. Perhaps she locked the door to try to make to secure the crime scene? Uh-oh. So now we need a good explanation. Yeah, she locked the door because somebody outside the door was shooting bullets inside. Yeah, seems like a plausible explanation. They were inside the storeroom trying to go through that manuscript. They heard the burglars, and so she gave the gun to Mr. Windibank to scare off the burglars. The burglars shot him as he ran back into the storeroom. Gina locks the door behind him to protect herself. Of course, this leads to the question of how she was found unconscious holding a gun. Oh man, I haven't explained that, but the rest of my hypothetical scenario sounds really good.
Hold it!
Yeah, we know you guys are willing to commit murder because you guys shot Sherlock Holmes. And they're sort of bringing up a good point, because the victim was shot with his own gun. So, yeah, we still need to explain how the gun got from their hands into Gina's hand inside the locked storeroom. The jury seems to be on my side. First time ever. Probably the last time. Okay, Van Zieks is laughing here. I'm sure he's going to bring up some contradictions, like the ones that I've been theorizing here right now. Like, how did the gun... what's up with the gun? How did the gun end up in Gina's hand? I have some persuasive arguments, but they don't explain everything. These are not conjuring tricks. They're hypotheticals. We're trying to figure out what actually happened. So don't be so angry with me about it. You don't know the problem with your hypothetical scenario? Might be a good idea to explain this, Van Zieks. Yep, counting bullets. Yep. Two bullets fired from two guns. The guns both fired one bullet each. First one hit the victim. Second one hit Sherlock Holmes, and then the calendar. Yeah, two bullets. Two guns. Yeah, we know that. So please come to your point, Van Zieks. I don't think they did a really good job of explaining this contradiction. I'm sorry. I think it was more convincing to say, how did the gun get into the storeroom? Unless... Oh wow, it's just throwing the wine bottle again. That's not good. Like, unless, you know, they struggled and swapped guns in the struggle, maybe? Oh, okay. So now you're just gonna change topics and start accusing her of doing bad things in the past.